Well, hello and welcome back, and thank you for coming back. Today we're in downtown Kato Paphos, and we're going to go on a reverse walk. See, I confused my English and then reversed it. So we're going to walk in the opposite direction from the harbour area back up the promenade. We don't do that very often, do we?
Hello everybody, first of all let me tell you that I'm so happy to see you again. That today it's a very extraordinary, not suitable weather to the beginning of May. That the wind is a little bit chilly, but in spite of that, the sea is not that angry.
That was a very nice way to put it. The weather is a little bit confused, should we say. It's, well, the blueness of the skies is trying to get through, but there's still an awful lot of dust, and there's an awful lot of cloud, and there's an awful lot of wind, as you can probably tell from Mr. Booth's hair.
You know, Mr. Paul, I wanted always to see what is Captain's View restaurant inside. They cook a very nice food.
Well, there it is. That's the Captain's restaurant on the upper floor there. So obviously the view is truly to die for, because that's the restaurant and that's the view. And it doesn't get any better than that. That's for sure. Mr. Booth?
Yes, Mr. Paul.
She's frozen.
I just,
lost the word?
2 minutes ago, I spent all my English.
You spent it all?
I went to be so quick to report about the weather, how the weather was like. And then immediately I understood that I've spent all my English for that period of time. Now it has to come back.
Now she's rebooted and her English is slowly coming back. If you look out beyond the rocks, you can see the smaller real glass bottom boat. Okay, so that's what that boat is. It's like a medium-sized with a glass bottom in the boat, so it allows you to look down into the rocks, because it's still quite shallow over there, and it allows you to see the fishes and bits and bobs, and perhaps if someone's snorkeling underneath you, you can see them as well. But it's quite a nice boat trip to go on. I understand that a lot of people don't go out on boats, but if you're going to go on one, I would choose that one. So it's called the Real Glass Bottom Boat. There is another glass bottom boat which is about 3 or 4 times the size. Now, if you're a big party, obviously you would need to go on that boat. But I think that that boat is a little bit too boisterous, should we say. There's too many people on it. So I would choose the smaller version, which is called the Real Glass Bottom Boat. Anyway, let's just show you the beachfront here. There it is.
And obviously, this is some apartments up there.
Yes, there is. Some people live there, obviously, and then some people are renting them for the holidays.
No.
And again, the view is to die for. Look at that. Absolutely spectacular. So if you're coming down to Paphos, and we understand there's a lot of people coming down to Paphos, we're looking forward to meeting Luke and Naomi, who are arriving next Thursday, and we're going to hunt you down because we understand where you're staying. We're still waiting for a man called Daniel Mahoney, who is supposed to be hunting us down, but we haven't found him yet, and we're still waiting for Mr. Craig, and we're going to try and find Mr. Craig again tonight. That's for sure. Look at that view there. Absolutely spectacular. So please forgive the weather today. We understand that most of the tourists are still walking around in shorts, so it doesn't seem to bother them too much. Miss Hutching, we'll see you in the booth. What have you got to say?
What about?
The doll, the memory chip, the microchip in the doll is playing up. So I'm going to have to send it back to China. Hopefully it doesn't come back with COVID-23.
Have you bought me in China?
In China, yes.
Little monkey's
Yes.
friend.
Well, it's much cheaper to buy you in China.
Really?
Yeah, it's much cheaper. I didn't manufacture it.
I will be plastic then. Made
Plastic,
by
fantastic. Yes, exactly. Right, so I'm going to commission a new model, slightly younger. See, live on camera. Don't let anyone tell you that we don't bring you any fun into your lives, because we do. Look at that. That's a classic old Volvo. Look at that.
It's so proud driving it. It looks
Wow,
like
it's a Volvo, old
it
Volvo.
looks like a Soviet Union in past Moskviches. You know most.
Well, I think that's a bit of an insult to Volvo, but never mind.
What is this Volvo?
It's a Volvo.
Right, you know that I'm not a man and I don't understand in the models.
I understand.
This is must be the 1940 to 60.
It's about
Volvo.
I would say that's probably about late 50s, possibly early 60s. That's when that Volvo was manufactured. And what there is a classic car show starting up on the 22nd. So in a couple of weeks' time, there's a classic car show. So at the moment around Paphos, lots of people are dusting off their classics and making sure that they're running correctly, having bits of bodywork done, that sort of stuff, because they want to try and win the classic car show, which runs from the 22nd, and I think it runs for a week. Where should we go, Lou?
We should cross the road, Mr. Paul,
Yes?
if you don't mind.
We're going to go up that way, are we? Right. So for a change, we're going to go up that way. Now, a few years back when I arrived, that building there, which is now says it's a fish and chip shop, but it's obviously closed, was McDonald's on the beach.
Yes.
Now, I wonder if anyone remembers that, because in 2008, that's where McDonald's was. There it was. And the view, well, it was to die for. For some reason, they closed it. Don't know why. It remained then empty for years, and they built a brand new McDonald's on the tomb of the King's Avenue, which is a great McDonald's, obviously. But you do wonder why did they close that one? Because, well, it's the busiest part of Paphos ever. That's for sure. Anyway, let's follow the booth. There she goes. So we are now in one of the back streets coming off the harbour. There's a big gift shop selling t-shirts, etc., etc. There is a hair salon. There's another gift shop. There's a milkshake bar, and there's a barber's, which if you want to go meet one of the Flatleys, that's where he operates out of, because he is a barber, and that's his shop. So here we are in the less salubrious part of Paphos, Labu.
It's a shame. I remember this bar when it was working. It was so light, and in this bar, if I'm not mistaken, it was a karaoke singing.
I'm not sure, Labu. I'm going to get across the road and see if the name is still on the bar. The Players Pub. Yes, LaBouffe, I do think you were right. I do think there was karaoke on perhaps a Friday and a Saturday night. And I remember that was a very, very popular bar. There was always hustle and bustle going on there. Maybe it'll reopen. We'll have to ask around through our gumbaru sauce and find out. There's the Bubble Tail, which does popcorns, coffees, smoothies, etc., etc. And there's another tattoo place. And then there is a sandwich and crepe shop, which is a very nice place because I've been there and had a snack once or twice. Very, very nice indeed. Here we go. So there is a hotel over there, which is being, well, shall we say, knocked to hell and back. But when it comes back, it'll be rather nice. And that's where we started off our video prior. We like to have a wander around and we like to see what's going on the building sites. It gives us a slight insight, and normally we get to meet someone who tells us what's going on. There's another apartment complex which is being tampered with, shall we say, LaBouffe? The Rose Pub. There you go. That's the Rose Pub. Live sports, live music, free Wi-Fi, and your draft. LaBouffe?
I honestly believe that those buildings in front of here where I am, if they build up and they made nicely for the tourists to admire the beauty of these all places, it's gonna be perfect. Because if you look carefully, look, that building is not finished, that one in front of us, opposite, and that one. And I totally believe that when it's finished, it's gonna be beautiful.
Well, if you remember, this was a hotel which closed due to COVID-19 and circumstances, and then they decided to knock hell out of it, as you can see. So they are knocking hell out of it, and then they're going to reboot, and it's going to open up as a 4-star hotel, so we have been informed. And we wish them luck, that's for sure. We're going to cross the road, here we go. We're going to go up, and we're going to follow the LaBouffe. Should we go that way? So we are on the, should we say, lesser salubrious back end streets behind the harbour area. There's the plage again, as you can see. And very shortly, on our left hand side, we will be coming up upon the Freedom Gallery. which is a, well, I don't want to call it a gift shop because it's way beyond a gift shop, hence why it's called a gallery. And this is where we made a little movie only last week. Look at the works of art there. Look at them, absolute works of art in the window. There it is again, just in case you've forgotten the name, the Freedom Gallery, owned by a Mr. Paphos and his wonderful wife, who is of Russian origin, and her name is Miss Nelly, and all of this is theirs. So if you're looking for a gift to take back to Cyprus, from Cyprus, sorry, this is possibly the place to come, and you can hunt for it and take all the time in the world that you want. Neither of them will put any pressure on you, and they are the two members of staff. They don't employ any pushy salesmen or anything like that, so they will help you and guide you and advise you. There's fitting rooms, so if the ladies would like to try any of these things on, they are more than welcome. LaBouffe?
Some dresses are beautiful in here. You know, beautiful with different colors and so on. For example, if I was 12, I would be wearing this.
Very, very nice.
And I just...
Let's go out and round and show you the plage that last time before, as they say in American English, we call it a wrap. I'm sure you're on the wrong side of it.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. For 3 or 4 days, Miss LaBouffe had learned her place, and as usual,
Then forgotten.
No, what happened is we came to a clothes shop, and of course everything goes out the window, and all LaBouffe thinks about is how she can get her little fingers into there. Correct? See, I understand LaBouffe very, very well.
It's very simple.
Yes.
You're just doing this.
Yep.
And look. The main important is a look. And the man melted immediately.
Well, one of these days, perhaps I won't melt when I've got no money left, that's for
I
sure.
shouldn't talk
No.
into it.
Anyway, here we come. There's the Cafe Nero at the harbour by the Pizza Hut. There's Donna Express. This is a very, very busy part of Paphos. It's just as, should we say, the hotel street meets the Paphos harbour. And there it is down there, the plage, as you can see. So you've got the last grab for your money from all the coffee shops. That's possibly the most famous coffee shop. And it's way beyond the coffee shop, obviously. It actually sells full food, not just snacks. It can make you a gourmet meal, and it can serve you a fantastic cocktail or a fantastic coffee, that's for sure. One of the most popular places in Paphos. It doesn't matter what day you come down here, this place has always got customers. And I mean always got customers. Look at it, always got customers.
Many times it was
Always.
closed on that.
What is you down here? It's a customer of mine. You're eating? I'll come back and see it. We'll go back and see it. There's a customer of mine sitting there eating, and he realised who it was, as I did as we went past. Anyway, right, let's get up to the coffee island and take you up the art alleyway, as we call it. There's the Royal. Very, very pleasant place to go for your lunch, well, your breakfast or your evening meal. It also has a hotel to the rear of it called the Dionysus, which is a very popular hotel and quite a nice hotel. And if anyone's going to stay there, if you want, and especially for me, drop it in the comments, and guess what? We'll do it. Should we go up here, LaBouffe?
Yeah.
Let's go. For a change, we'll go up the wrong way. So this is what we call the work of art alleyway. And I suggest anyone that comes to Paphos to come and have a look, because some of these artists are very, very talented. And maybe if you are a graffiti artist yourself, or looking for ideas to be a graffiti artist, this is a very good street to come down. So, LaBouffe, what have you got to say?
I would like to thank you so much that you are watching us and you prefer us. And you can tell that you do prefer us, and we prefer you. And thank you for the time you're spending with us. And if anything, just comment that you would like us to do, especially for you. It doesn't matter what age you are, doesn't matter which country you live, and what nationality you are. We love you all. And thanks for watching. And bye-bye.
I'd like to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe, and please come back for some more of our madness. I will leave you with a work of art.